Hi everyone, I'm Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and I wanted to show you this fun sweet card. You're as sweet as honey, and I just thought it was, I'll show you where I saw it, and I copied it almost exactly, and I just thought it was very sweet. And this stamp set, the Bee My Valentine and Coordinating Punch, have been around for a while, and I'm really glad that they kind of kept it around because it's fun. It's came out as a Valentine set, but as you can see, I mean, there's flowers in the bumblebee. So it's definitely a spring summer set as well. And so where I got the idea from was from the annual catalog. It's way in the back is this card right here, and I thought it was kind of fun. And as upon closer look, I noticed that the edges were kind of cut up to go along with the beehive, and so I thought that was kind of clever. And then here it says bend it, and I'll show you what that means, but we're going to actually bend a stamp as we put it on the block. So be sure to check out the catalog for ideas, and you kind of have to read all the fine print to see different techniques. So let's see, what do we want to start with? I'm using Coastal Cabana, and I already cut this. It's 11 by 4 1/4, so it's still a half sheet of cardstock. I just cut it this way and then folded it this way. So that is our card base. Oop, that wasn't very good. Let's try that again. I wonder if I didn't score it well. That's a little better. That was all crooked. All right, and I have two pieces of white cardstock. They are both 5 1/4 by 4. Actually, no, sorry, they're 5 by 3 3/4. So one is for the top, and one will go on the inside. So I'm going to actually use my piercing mat, and so this is just a foam pad. It gives me a little extra cushion, and I like this for two reasons. I like it when we're going to blend on here, and it gives like a nice smooth surface underneath, and also because these are what's called photopolymer stamps, so they are clear. You can kind of see they're pretty thin, versus I don't have a red rubber one, but the red rubber, and they are red rubber, and then there's like foam underneath, so they're thicker. So this foam kind of acts as that foam on there. So let's see, the first thing I guess I'll do is I'm going to stamp my corners. I'm going to use smoky slate. Put that, you can see it. So I'm going to stamp those little honeycomb, which I have to admit I've used this stamp lots, and I didn't really use this much, but I will be now. So I'm just going to stamp in the corner. I have to get a little bit closer to my face. I'm actually just going to kind of copy what I did, which means I copied it out of the catalog. And there, oh, it's a little smudge, that's all right. There is a little, I think I went this way. I played with different combinations, and then I decided just to do what they did. And then this one kind of matches up. If you are careful, well, I have to see what I'm doing. So they line up so you can make more, which is kind of cool. So we'll cut those in a second. The next thing I'm going to do is blend. I'm going to blend first before I stamp because it won't smudge anything. And I need my blending brush. So the blending brushes come in two sizes. This is the larger one, and then the smaller one. They both work the same, it's just the size. So what I'm going to do, make sure that this is in the camera. I'm going to take my brush and just kind of go around in a circle, and then I'm just going to go around in a circle again. I can even go in the other direction, and I might have to add more ink. So I found that the Stampin' Mat reduces, sometimes, backtrack, we did this card at club, and so this ink has been used a lot, so it probably needs to be re-inked. But if you had a pad that was kind of juicy or more ink, if you just put it straight down, you might get this like blot, and then as you did it, and so who wants that? So a lot of times I actually start off paper and then go on, but I knew that my ink pad needs to be re-inked, so it's kind of on the lighter side. And I do like doing the blending brushes with the matte underneath, but I also know we're going to put this bee right in the middle, so if I did get one of those blots, it would be okay. Just trying to get it on the sides here. Oh, it's stiff. All right. So in the catalog, it said bend it, and so here's my stamp, but we can bend it, especially the polymer ones are pretty flexible. So before I stick it on the block, I'm just going to add this little curve, and then I'll push it down. So now we have a curve, which is kind of cool. So we're going to take our black ink. You can use, for this particular card, it doesn't matter which black ink you use. You can use the Memento or the StazOn. I think the StazOn is a little bit darker and crisper, but it does stain your blocks. And then this is the piece that I added that was not in the catalog, because I like this little curlicue for the bee. So I'm just going to kind of add it, paid attention to the end of it to the end there, and then for the inside I actually did the opposite direction, so we can do that now. I'm noticing I'm getting little spots all over the place, so this one I just kind of did on the diagonal. Oh, let's turn that over and do that again. That's much better. And then actually we'll do a little honeycomb on the bottom of this one too. Okay. Why don't we, since we're stamping, we'll stamp our bee and then we'll trim those edges. So I'm using Lemon Lolly as my bee base, but there is a stamp, so you can stamp the bee base and then stamp the stripes on top, and you don't have to do them yellow. I've done pink bees, blue bees, like you can do whatever you want. But for this card I decided to use my base as Lemon Lolly. So here's the punch. When you turn it over, you can kind of see the images. I like to stamp in the direction of how they're gonna punch out. So that means like the little pointy tail I'm gonna have on this side. Like that. So then when I, actually, we're gonna let that sit a minute to dry. And then for the wings, which you do with heart, which is a pretty clever design, I'm going to stamp like in this direction. Sometimes I do it on this side of the paper, and I do the bee on the other side of the paper, but with these wings, yeah, make sure they're the right color. All right, so now when you go to punch, the paper goes in through the top, and this is gonna line up, make sure it's gonna line up like that, and then punch out. And then for the wings, you can see why it's easier to start on this side than if I was to start on this side. I would just get other stuff punched out. So those are our wings. And then this set has 4 different faces. So this one here, a little winky face, another smile, and then kind of his angry eyes. So it's kind of fun. So you can customize it. I like to stamp the bee, the stripes first, and then do the face, because you can have your bee flying in this direction. It can fly in this direction. It can fly in this direction, or it can fly in this direction. So depending on which direction you want is going to be your face. So that's why I do my face last. Like that. Okay, so now I'm just checking my fingers. We're ready to put everything together. So I'm going to take my scissors, and you can see I have all these smudges here, but I'm going to cut out some of these blocks. Just to kind of add a little bit of interest, a little something different. So I'm just following along those lines. I'm going to cut out that. I'm going to take a little artistic liberation here. We'll see, it might look funny, but gets rid of the smudge. Okay, so like that, and then we'll do the inside one too. So as I was kind of playing, sometimes it makes sense where to cut and sometimes it didn't. So that's why I ended up just following the pattern in the catalog, because I figured those artists had already figured it out. All right. So this will go on the inside. And then this will go on the outside. Just kind of patting where the black was instead of rubbing in case it was still wet. And then we will put our bee together. I add just a little dot of glue. Ooh, there. Put my bee on top. Grab some dimensionals. No, I'm not going to be able to get that smudge. That's all right. It's not too bad. And there we go. It's a little sweet as honey card. So it's, you look at it, it's simple, but actually it has a couple little higher up elements, which kind of makes it fun for you when you're putting it together. And so it can be for any reason. So there'll probably be thank you cards, but they really could be a birthday, it could be a hello, thinking of you. It could be anything. So I hope you liked it. Again, I took the idea right out of the catalog, and that's what it's good for. There are so many different like card ideas that you can copy from. So that's exactly what I did. So I hope you like the Bee My Valentine, but really a springtime version of the bee card. So thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.